I'm that go-to person for when you want no fluff and you just want to know, how do I do what I need to do? It is a step-by-step. First, we figure out what you know, do, or love. Then we figure out the problem you're going to solve. Then we need to figure out who needs your solutions.
And I have one of the most interesting guests I think I've ever had on this show today, and you'll discover why in just a few minutes. So, without further ado, welcome Ellie to the program. I'm glad to have you here.
Thanks, Jack. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here.
So let's back up my claim here. Tell us a little bit about what you do. Give us a little bit of an overview, and then we'll dive into some more specific questions.
Well, I do a lot of different things. I'm an attorney, an entrepreneur, an academic, an award-winning author, a featured speaker, a teacher, a trainer, a coach. I develop impact-driven programs.
Very good. So tell us a little more about the actual work that you do, like some of the projects you're working on, and then we'll dive down into all of those.
I equip my clients with powerful tools that are easy to implement. Practical. I'm that go-to person for when you want no fluff and you just want to know, how do I do what I need to do? I have 4 main areas that are close to my heart: resources to empower entrepreneurs, resources to empower women, resources to empower the mind, and resources to empower the next generation.
Now, you've written a book, Unlocking Your Superpower. I love the title. And it's a practical, results-driven playbook. You teach entrepreneurs how to launch and scale a business using the things they already know how to love and do. And tell us a little more about the book, Unlocking Your Superpowers.
It is a step-by-step, easy-to-implement playbook that literally walks you through figuring out, what do you know, what do you do, what do you love, how can you use that to solve a problem, alleviate a frustration, meet a need, or make somebody's life easier, faster, or more efficient. And then how do you monetize that?
Very good. Now you talk about, the subtitle is 8 steps to turn your existing knowledge into income. Can you share one of those steps with us?
Absolutely. I mean, as I mentioned, it is a step-by-step playbook. So each lesson builds on the one before. First, we figure out what you know, do, or love. Then we figure out the problem you're going to solve. Then we need to figure out who needs your solutions. So I walk you through identifying your clients and being able to connect with them and then turn them from clients into raving fans. Then I walk you through, what kind of brand do you want? What's your brand image? What's your brand messaging? Once we've got that set up, now you've got the basis for a business. So then I'm going to help you gain visibility and engagement, how to figure out your product suite. What are you going to offer? How are you going to monetize it? How are you going to create recurring revenue? Then, of course, we really want to focus in on staying power, creating staying power, taking your business to the next level, and continuing the journey.
Now, how did you, given that you're really ensconced in a legal world, we'll find out more about that, how did you come to write that book?
One word: COVID. When COVID hit and my friends started losing their jobs and losing their businesses, I knew I needed to do something. And coming from an economically disadvantaged background, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. It's how I got the money to go to college. It's how I've provided for myself. So I called on my 30 years of entrepreneurial experience and my problem-solving skills, my creativity, and my love for my friends, and I said, guys, we need to get on a Zoom call. I'm going to help you weather this pandemic. Let's figure out pivot plans and diversification plans. So we did. We got on a Zoom call, and at the end of the Zoom call, all of my friends had sustainable business plans where they could pivot and diversify, and they said, oh my God, you have to write a book. You have to get this out to help other people. This is COVID. There are so many people who need this resource. So I did. And the book is a result of that Zoom call. It is exactly what I've used to build all the businesses I've ever built, and it's exactly what I took my friends through step by step on that Zoom call.
Well, I can think of about 4 million people right off the top of my head who need that book. Now, you had this Zoom call with your friends.
Yeah.
And you said they all pivoted and diversified. Can you give us an example of one of those people?
Absolutely. So one of my great friends had a local food tour company. COVID hits, restaurants have to close, tourism stops. What does she do? She's the sole breadwinner, and her business depends entirely on restaurants being open and tourists coming. So at the end of the Zoom call, we brainstormed, we pivoted, we thought about what are your ideal clients really after? What kind of experiences would they like? What are they interested in? And how can we deliver that in a COVID society? How can we deliver that when businesses are closed, when they can't travel, when people are at home? What can we give them while they're at home? What can we give these companies to continue their team building? And we came up with virtual scavenger hunts where she can message them on WhatsApp interesting clues about local restaurants, clues about local history, local culture, interesting tidbits and facts about where drinks were created or ingredients. And we thought about all these interesting things that somebody could go online and buy a ticket. She could WhatsApp them the clues, and them as a family, social distanced in their own unit, could go and do these activities together. And it became a way that when tourists did come, they could still see the community. They could still see the history, the must-see places, the must-do places, but they were doing it in a way that was safe, it was fun, it was an activity people could do together, and it has taken off. So that's just one example of the pivots that came from that Zoom call and from the principles in the book. It's amazing. I love watching people pivot. I love watching them diversify, and I love watching her soar.
That's great. I love it. It's clear you love it.
I love it.